Welcome to Stoicism, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Before you skip ahead, ask yourself, how well do you truly know the people around you, or even yourself? What follows isn't just another personality test or surface-level insight. It's a deep dive into Stoic philosophy, a timeless approach to understanding human nature that has endured for over 2,000 years. Today, we explore 5 key observations, simple yet profoundly revealing, that can uncover a person's true character. These principles are just as relevant in today's fast-paced world as they were in the time of Marcus Aurelius. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and prepare to rethink what it means to truly understand someone. These timeless principles won't just change how you see others. They'll challenge you to live with greater clarity, integrity, and wisdom. One of the most telling ways to gauge someone's true character is by observing how they treat people who hold no power over them, those who offer no immediate benefit in return. This concept is central to Stoic thought, with Seneca famously advising, "Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you." In a world where interactions are often transactional, these moments reveal whether a person's kindness is genuine or merely a strategic tool. The way someone interacts with service workers, subordinates, or strangers provides an unfiltered glimpse into their values. A warm smile, a sincere thank you, or a small gesture of acknowledgement to a barista or grocery clerk may seem minor. Yet these acts hold immense weight in reflecting respect for shared humanity. By contrast, dismissing or mistreating those in service roles, expressing irritation or indifference, reveals underlying arrogance, entitlement, or a lack of empathy. Everyday encounters serve as subtle but powerful tests of character. Imagine someone walking through a crowded street and being bumped by an elderly individual. A compassionate person might smile and say, "No worries," while an impatient individual might react with irritation or aggression. These unscripted moments expose a person's true nature. Do they extend the benefit of the doubt, or are they quick to assume malice? Modern Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control our response. Our reactions to minor inconveniences reflect our inner values and ability to live harmoniously with others. Another revealing aspect is how someone interacts with the most vulnerable, such as the homeless or marginalized. Offering spare change, a kind word, or even acknowledgement requires little effort, but demonstrates profound humanity. Ignoring or dismissing such individuals often signals a disconnection from the struggles of life. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What injures the hive, injures the bee." Stoicism reminds us that when we fail to uplift others, we harm ourselves as well. It's not grand gestures that define character, but the quiet, consistent moments of humanity. The person who treats all with dignity, regardless of status, embodies the core virtues of Stoicism. They act not for recognition or reward, but because they genuinely believe in the inherent worth of others. Their kindness, like a steady flame, illuminates their character and enriches the lives of those around them. In today's fast-paced world, these principles matter more than ever. Helping a janitor clean up a spill or pausing to listen to someone in distress may go unnoticed, but these moments reveal a person's moral compass. As Epictetus reminds us, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Cultivating this awareness in ourselves requires ongoing reflection and effort. How do we treat those who can offer us nothing in return? Are we patient with service workers, kind in moments of inconvenience, and compassionate toward those in need? These are not rhetorical questions. They challenge us to align our actions with our principles. Modern Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what is within our control, our actions, words, and attitude, while letting go of the need for external validation. When we treat others with dignity and kindness, we not only build a good reputation, but also cultivate inner peace. Ultimately, the way someone treats people who can neither help nor harm them is the truest measure of their character. This principle applies everywhere, from the workplace to personal life, reminding us that true virtue is revealed not in what we say, but in how we live. Consider a leader who consistently respects their employees, listens to their concerns, and fosters a positive environment, even when no one is watching. The goal is not just to judge others, but to use these observations as a guide for self-improvement. By striving to treat everyone with fairness and respect, we become role models in our own right, demonstrating the kind of character that Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius championed. Modern Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey, marked by the daily choices we make in our interactions with others. These choices, no matter how small, define the legacy we leave behind. By embracing these lessons, we create a ripple effect of positivity that transcends individual interactions. When we consistently practice kindness, empathy, and respect, we contribute to a more harmonious world. True character, after all, is not about what we say, but about what we do when no one is watching. It is through these actions that we find meaning and purpose, not only in our own lives, but in the broader fabric of humanity, such as the enduring wisdom of Stoicism, offering a guide not only for evaluating others, but for living with integrity, compassion, and resilience. How we respond to minor inconveniences, those everyday irritations like slow traffic, misplaced items, or a delayed coffee order, provides profound insight into our true character. These moments, often dismissed as trivial, are significant in revealing the depth of our emotional resilience and self-control. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This enduring Stoic principle serves as a mirror to our instincts, offering unguarded glimpses into who we truly are when faced with life's smaller disruptions. In many ways, these small moments test our ability to embody patience, adaptability, and understanding, the cornerstones of modern Stoicism. The rawness of our reactions to minor inconveniences lays bare our authentic selves, as they often occur without conscious thought. Consider an individual whose meal arrives slightly cold at a restaurant. One person might berate the server, venting frustration, while another calmly requests a solution. The difference is striking. The former reveals a lack of self-regulation, while the latter demonstrates composure and perspective. Similarly, during a traffic jam, one driver may blare their horn in anger, spreading tension to those around them, while another might use the delay to listen to an enlightening podcast, meditate, or simply practice acceptance. These scenarios highlight that how we handle small inconveniences often matters more than the grand gestures of calmness we exhibit in planned situations where maintaining composure is easier. Work environments further amplify the significance of handling minor setbacks. Imagine a technical glitch or a delayed email response. Does the individual escalate the problem with frustration, or do they pause to consider actionable solutions? The person who reacts calmly not only resolves the issue more efficiently, but also sets a tone of collaboration and understanding within their team. These reactions ripple outward, shaping workplace culture and interpersonal dynamics. A composed response fosters harmony, while a short-tempered reaction creates unnecessary tension, underscoring the Stoic idea that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the beauty of these moments is that they are opportunities for growth. Handling life's minor disruptions with grace signals an ability to adapt, a key trait of resilience. A person who smiles and accepts the wrong coffee order, perhaps even using the opportunity to thank the barista, demonstrates inner peace and the wisdom to prioritize what truly matters. Prioritizing emotional well-being over fleeting frustrations is a hallmark of maturity and emotional intelligence, the essence of modern Stoicism in practice. By reframing inconveniences as challenges to overcome rather than annoyances to endure, individuals cultivate a mindset that values calm over chaos and action over reaction. Conversely, poor handling of minor irritations often creates a negative ripple effect. Someone who explodes in anger over slow internet speeds may inadvertently sour the mood of those around them. Such knee-jerk reactions betray an inability to regulate emotions, which can erode relationships and increase personal stress. Worse still, they can make small issues feel disproportionately large. pulling us further from the equanimity that the Stoics so highly regarded. Seneca's wisdom is particularly relevant here. A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. Dwelling on inconveniences magnifies their impact, while choosing to rise above them diminishes their hold over us. Minor inconveniences are not just challenges. They are mirrors reflecting our inner world. They reveal how we cope with life's unpredictability and demonstrate whether we bring peace or discord into our daily interactions. Handling these moments with patience, positivity, and emotional control is not just about preserving our own serenity. It is also about fostering a more harmonious environment for others. When we choose calm over chaos, we inspire those around us to do the same, embodying the Stoic ideal of being a steady harbor in life's daily storms. This strength of character, practiced consistently, transforms not just ourselves but also our communities, reminding us that the principles of modern Stoicism are timeless tools for navigating both the monumental and the mundane. One of the most profound ways to uncover someone's true character is by observing how they treat the most precious resource we all possess: time. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely noted, "We are tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time." This insight underscores a truth that resonates across centuries. How we manage our time reveals our priorities, values, and level of discipline. If you take a moment to watch how someone interacts with their commitments and schedules, you will begin to see the intricate map of their inner values unfold. Punctuality, for instance, is a simple yet powerful indicator. When someone consistently arrives on time, they send a clear message. They value their commitments and respect the time of others. In contrast, chronic tardiness, though seemingly trivial, often signals deeper issues: disorganization, a lack of self-awareness, or even an inflated sense of self-importance. Imagine someone repeatedly arriving late to important meetings, inconveniencing others in the process. Their actions silently declare, "My time is more valuable than yours." Would you trust someone with such a mindset? Stoicism teaches us to measure people not by their words, but by their actions, and how they manage their time is an action we cannot ignore. Equally revealing is how someone handles their commitments under pressure. Consider a colleague or friend who consistently meets deadlines, even when the stakes are high. Their reliability demonstrates discipline and builds trust. Compare this to someone who routinely makes promises they fail to keep, disrupting group dynamics and eroding their credibility. A person's commitments reflect their integrity and respect for others, two pillars of strong character. Think about the people around you. Do their actions align with their words, whether in personal relationships or professional settings? How someone spends their free time is another window into their soul. Imagine a person who dedicates their weekends to volunteering, spending quality time with loved ones, or pursuing personal growth. Now, picture someone else who spends those same hours endlessly scrolling, binge-watching shows, or indulging in other trivial distractions. Leisure and relaxation are essential, but excessive time wasted on unproductive pursuits often signals a lack of direction or purpose. Stoicism reminds us to use time wisely, treating it as a gift rather than something to squander. So, what do your own habits say about your priorities? How might you adjust them to align more closely with your values? Time management isn't just about self-discipline. It's also a measure of empathy. A person who respects others' time demonstrates fairness and consideration. Picture a professional who arrives prepared for meetings, sticks to schedules, and avoids unnecessary delays. Their actions acknowledge the collective effort required to work efficiently. Now, contrast that with someone who constantly wastes others' time due to poor preparation or a lack of accountability. This behavior reveals a disregard for shared efforts. How do you balance your own needs with those of others when it comes to time? Flexibility plays a crucial role as well. Life is unpredictable, and even the best laid plans can go astray. Here, the Stoic secret lies in adaptability. How someone reacts to unexpected disruptions is incredibly revealing. A person who handles last-minute changes with calm and grace demonstrates emotional resilience and a balanced outlook. In contrast, someone who falls apart at the first sign of trouble may struggle to navigate life's uncertainties. Imagine two friends planning a trip. When the itinerary falls through, one calmly suggests alternatives, while the other spirals into frustration. Which person would you rather rely on? Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot control, while acting wisely within the sphere of what we can. Observing someone's relationship with time is like looking through a window into their character. Do they prioritize what truly matters? Are they reliable, considerate, and adaptable? Time, as the Stoics remind us, is a finite resource. Once spent, it cannot be recovered. Those who manage it wisely demonstrate not only personal maturity, but also a profound respect for life itself and the people around them. Ask yourself, how do you treat your time, and what does it reveal about you? By mastering the Stoic principle, you can better understand others and refine your own approach to life, aligning it with your highest values. A person's true character is most vividly revealed in the moments when they believe no one is watching, a notion deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, emphasized that living in harmony with nature and reason requires unwavering consistency, regardless of external scrutiny. This principle underscores that integrity is not defined by actions taken in response to rewards or punishments, but by the choices made when there are no apparent consequences. For instance, a seemingly mundane act, such as returning a shopping cart at a grocery store, becomes a litmus test of one's commitment to responsibility. When someone takes the time to place the cart in its proper spot, even in the rain or under pressing circumstances, they demonstrate a profound respect for shared spaces and a dedication to principles over convenience. Conversely, leaving the cart adrift in the parking lot signifies indifference to communal well-being and a tendency to prioritize personal comfort over collective responsibility. Public spaces often serve as arenas where character is unconsciously displayed. Consider communal areas like break rooms, parks, or other shared environments. A person who cleans up after themselves without needing to be reminded or acknowledged exhibits a sense of accountability and thoughtfulness. This seemingly minor act signals an understanding that each individual plays a role in maintaining order and fairness. Neglecting such duties, however, indicates a lack of respect for others and a disregard for the unspoken social contract. Similarly, handling shared resources with care, whether refilling an empty coffee pot in an office or properly disposing of trash, reflects an awareness of how personal actions impact the collective. Honesty in unobserved situations is perhaps one of the purest demonstrations of integrity. When someone finds a wallet or valuable item and chooses to return it or report it rather than keeping it for personal gain, they act in alignment with a moral compass that transcends immediate self-interest. Such decisions mirror Epictetus's belief that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By choosing honesty in situations where deception might go unnoticed, a person showcases a commitment to virtue. On the other hand, succumbing to dishonesty in the absence of accountability reveals a readiness to compromise ethics for fleeting benefits, undermining the trustworthiness that is central to one's character. Workplace behavior offers another lens through which unseen actions can speak volumes. An employee who consistently meets deadlines, acknowledges the contributions of teammates, and maintains high standards even when a manager isn't watching exemplifies reliability and self-discipline. Their actions resonate with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within one's control: effort, diligence, and respect for others. In contrast, those who cut corners, shirk responsibilities, or claim undue credit in unmonitored scenarios reveal a lack of self-motivation and integrity. Such individuals often erode trust, proving themselves inconsistent and unreliable in both minor and significant matters. Small, selfless acts performed without expectation of recognition carry profound meaning and further illuminate true character. Donating anonymously, standing up for someone in distress, or offering help to a stranger without broadcasting the deed reflects an intrinsic commitment to kindness and virtue. These actions align with Marcus Aurelius's assertion that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury, a reminder that virtue is its own reward, regardless of whether others acknowledge or repay it. Quiet acts of compassion demonstrate that an individual's moral compass is guided not by external validation, but by an unwavering belief in the inherent good. The choices we make in private profoundly shape who we are in public. The habits we form when unobserved, be they acts of kindness, responsibility, or honesty, create a foundation for how we navigate life's broader challenges. Marcus Aurelius's timeless wisdom, "What we do now echoes in eternity," reminds us that every decision, no matter how small or unseen, contributes to the legacy of our character. By observing how people behave when they believe no one is looking, we uncover their deepest values and priorities. Moreover, these reflections invite us to examine our own unseen actions, challenging us to align our private behavior with the principles we profess in public. In the modern age, where surveillance and social media have transformed public behavior into a performance, the concept of unseen integrity becomes even more critical. Modern Stoicism teaches us that our worth is not defined by likes, followers, or external accolades, but by our ability to remain true to our principles regardless of recognition. Returning the shopping cart, cleaning up after oneself, and honoring commitments in private might seem inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Yet these choices define the fabric of our character and ultimately shape the world we create. Integrity begins with the smallest, most personal decisions, forming the foundation of a life guided by virtue. When we cultivate this awareness, our approach to the world shifts. Rather than seeking external validation, we focus on living in alignment with our values, finding fulfillment in doing what is right, even when no one is watching. By striving for consistency between our private actions and public persona, we embody the essence of integrity, setting an example for others while strengthening our own sense of self-worth. As modern Stoicism suggests, this alignment is the cornerstone of a meaningful and virtuous life, one where our actions resonate beyond the moment, leaving a lasting impact on ourselves and the world. Power, in all its forms, is one of the greatest tests of character, acting as a mirror that reflects a person's values, maturity, and sense of responsibility. The Stoics recognize that power amplifies one's true nature, illuminating virtues or exposing flaws. Whether it is the authority of a leader, the influence wielded in relationships, or the sole control of privileged information, how one handles power reveals their inner strength. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, exemplified this wisdom when he wrote, "The true worth of a man is measured by the objects he pursues." Power, when rooted in virtue, uplifts not just the individual but those around them, fostering trust, collaboration, and mutual respect. A leader who wields power with humility and service demonstrates leadership of the highest order. Consider a newly appointed team leader. If they prioritize the collective good, engaging with their team, recognizing individual strengths, and addressing challenges, they create an environment of empowerment. This approach builds trust and fosters a culture where every member feels valued and motivated. Modern Stoicism encourages us to view leadership not as dominance, but as service, a chance to elevate others and create harmony. Conversely, those who misuse power, whether by belittling others, withholding resources, or asserting unnecessary control, reveal insecurity disguised as authority. Such individuals equate power with superiority, prioritizing personal gain over the well-being of others. Their actions sow discord, erode credibility, and damage relationships, reinforcing the timeless Stoic insight that no man is free who is not master of himself. Even in subtle situations, power reveals character. The way one handles privileged information, choosing to share it responsibly or keeping it confidential when necessary, demonstrates integrity and respect. On the other hand, using such information to gossip, manipulate, or undermine trust reflects a lack of ethical grounding. These seemingly small decisions, often unnoticed by the wider world, create ripple effects, reminding us that true character is revealed in moments of subtlety, not spectacle. Compassion in leadership is another vital measure of character, especially under pressure. A manager facing a difficult decision who takes the time to listen to different perspectives and empathize with those affected exhibits emotional intelligence. In contrast, those who dismiss others' concerns for the sake of efficiency or control weaken the very foundation of trust that effective leadership requires. Ultimately, power is not inherently good or bad. It is a tool that reveals who we truly are. The challenge lies in wielding it with wisdom, humility, and a steadfast commitment to virtue. The ability to balance fairness with firmness not only resolves conflicts more effectively, but also inspires respect and loyalty. In modern life, where leadership is often equated with assertiveness and decisiveness, empathy-driven approaches remind us of the importance of humanity in authority. Seneca's words resonate here. He is a great man who can treat his inferiors with kindness as well as his equals. Power also manifests in personal relationships, where its presence may be less obvious but no less impactful. In friendships, family, or romantic partnerships, moments of influence frequently arise. Do we use these opportunities to uplift, offer support, and nurture our bonds? Or do we exploit them for personal gain, manipulating others to achieve our ends? The fairness and consideration we bring to these interactions either build or undermine the trust that forms the foundation of meaningful connections. For instance, in a disagreement with a partner, the ability to handle the situation calmly, avoiding coercion or emotional manipulation, reflects strength of character and emotional maturity. It is in these everyday moments that the principles of modern Stoicism find their deepest resonance, teaching us to act with both wisdom and compassion. Power is neither inherently good nor bad. It is merely a tool whose value depends on how it is wielded. Epictetus reminds us, people are not disturbed by things, but by their judgments about things. This insight encourages us to reflect on how we perceive and exercise the power we hold. When we view power as a responsibility rather than a privilege, it becomes a force for positive change, a means to uplift others, and a reflection of inner virtue. Observing how someone handles power reveals their true character and challenges us to examine our own actions and intentions. The truest measure of character shines in these moments when our influence, however great or small, has the potential to either build or destroy. Power, then, is more than a test. It is an opportunity to align our actions with our highest ideals. Those who use it with wisdom, humility, and empathy leave a legacy of trust and inspiration, embodying the best of what modern Stoicism offers in navigating both personal and professional relationships. By observing these behaviors in others and striving to emulate them ourselves, we not only gain a deeper understanding of character, but also take steps toward becoming better versions of ourselves, capable of wielding power as a tool for growth, harmony, and service. Understanding someone's true character isn't about their grand gestures, but rather the quiet, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. The Stoics teach us that consistent actions and small, routine interactions reveal far more than any isolated deed. Whether observing someone at work, in social settings, or during casual encounters, these patterns can provide powerful insights into their nature. One key observation is how people treat those who can offer them nothing in return. Service workers, custodians, or strangers on the street. A person who acknowledges others with gratitude, politeness, or even a small smile demonstrates kindness and respect for humanity. In contrast, someone who dismisses or mistreats others in these situations often reveals arrogance or a lack of empathy. For example, a friend who consistently thanks waitstaff and engages with them kindly is likely to be more trustworthy than someone who habitually complains or acts entitled. Another way to gauge character is by observing how someone handles minor inconveniences. Imagine standing in a long line with them or facing a slight delay. Do they laugh it off and remain composed, or do they grow irritable and lash out? Stoicism teaches that emotional control is a hallmark of maturity. Those who can maintain their composure under small pressures often display resilience and self-awareness. Consider the last time someone lost their temper over a minor issue, like slow internet. Did their reaction suggest they would handle life's bigger challenges with grace? Workplaces also offer a revealing view of character. How does a colleague collaborate with others? Do they credit teammates fairly, communicate respectfully, and elevate the group? Or do they dominate discussions, seek personal recognition, or undermine their peers? These interactions reflect deeper values, showing whether someone approaches power with integrity or selfish ambition. By paying attention to these subtle cues, we can better understand the nature of those around us, and in turn, strive to refine our own actions, ensuring that we lead with fairness, empathy, and wisdom. In any setting, people reveal their character through how they interact with others. Those who engage with humility and authenticity tend to be dependable and self-aware. In contrast, those who undermine others or seek constant recognition often expose insecurity and ego. Consider the kind of person you want beside you in a high-stakes project. Someone cooperative and reliable, or someone self-serving. Social settings provide additional insights. A friend who arrives on time, listens actively, and engages meaningfully signals respect and reliability. Compare this to someone who frequently interrupts, seems distracted, or is consistently late. Behaviors that often reflect a lack of consideration for others. Over time, these patterns reveal deeper truths about a person's priorities and values. A friend who is fully present makes you feel valued, while someone glued to their phone during your time together may communicate that their attention lies elsewhere. Personal growth. Personal growth is both an inward journey of reflection and an outward practice of alignment. Understanding others can serve as a mirror for self-improvement. 5 Stoic-inspired principles. How we treat others, manage inconveniences, value time, act in private, and handle power are not only ways to assess character, but also guideposts for becoming the best version of ourselves. Epictetus wisely said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Growth begins with humility, the willingness to see ourselves honestly, and the courage to improve. These principles are timeless yet profoundly relevant in today's world, where distractions and external pressures can pull us away from our true values. How you treat others. The first step in self-reflection is evaluating how you treat people who cannot benefit you. Do you offer kindness and respect to everyone, regardless of their status? Small gestures, thanking a cashier or holding a door open, may seem insignificant, but they reveal deeper values. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By treating others with dignity, you strengthen relationships and build self-respect. Managing inconveniences, everyday frustrations, traffic jams, long lines, test patience and emotional resilience. How you respond to these moments reflects whether you control your reactions or allow minor inconveniences to dictate your mood. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our perspective and response. As Seneca wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." Viewing these challenges as opportunities to practice grace and mindfulness strengthens your ability to navigate greater difficulties with composure. Valuing time. Time management is a fundamental part of personal growth. Do you honor commitments, arrive on time, and respect other schedules? These habits build trust and demonstrate reliability. If time management is a challenge, setting clear priorities and creating consistent routines can help align your actions with your values. Marcus Aurelius' reminder, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think," underscores the importance of living intentionally and making the most of each moment. Integrity in private actions. The choices you make when no one is watching reveal your true values. Do you act with integrity, honor commitments, and remain honest even when no one would notice otherwise? These unseen decisions lay the foundation for how you handle public challenges. Zeno of Citium taught that Living in harmony with nature and reason requires consistency. Aligning your private behavior with your public values creates authenticity and moral strength. How you handle power. Power, in any form, leading a team, influencing decisions, or mentoring others, reveals character. Do you use power to support and uplift others, or does it inflate your ego? True leadership stems from humility and a commitment to serve. Seneca observed, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." The responsibility of power lies in self-discipline and empathy. Even small actions, like giving credit where it's due or listening attentively, demonstrate strong character and build trust. Personal growth is not about achieving perfection, but about making consistent progress. Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This means embracing vulnerability and acknowledging flaws as part of the journey. By turning these reflections inward, you create a framework for intentional self-improvement. In modern Stoicism, the focus is on aligning actions with values, fostering resilience, and rejecting the need for external validation. Each day presents opportunities to practice kindness, patience, honesty, and humility. These small choices not only shape who we are, but also influence the environment we create for others. By committing to this path, you inspire those around you and cultivate a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment, shaping character and inspiring others. True leadership is about shaping character, inspiring others, and creating an environment where people feel valued and empowered. The Stoic principles of respect, composure, time management, integrity, and the wise use of power form the foundation of authentic leadership. A leader's character is reflected not only in their accomplishments, but also in how they treat others, handle challenges, and uphold values, even when no one is watching. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wisely observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This timeless truth underscores the impact of a leader's inner discipline on their outward actions and influence. A great leader sets the tone for their team by demonstrating respect for everyone, regardless of position. Imagine a CEO who, after a company event, personally thanks the cleaning staff for their hard work. Such acts of humility and gratitude foster an atmosphere of mutual respect, inspiring others to follow suit. Conversely, a leader who only acknowledges higher-ups while ignoring those in less prominent roles sends a clear, damaging message about their priorities. Leadership is not about commanding respect. It is about earning it through consistent, authentic actions that uplift others. Composure in the face of challenges. The ability to remain composed during setbacks is another hallmark of exceptional leadership. In any organization, unexpected challenges, such as missed deadlines or client rejections, are inevitable. A leader who stays calm and focuses on solutions creates stability, empowering their team to stay motivated and resourceful. Picture a manager faced with a sudden project failure who reassures their team, identifies lessons learned, and collaboratively crafts a new strategy. This approach diffuses stress and reinforces trust. Conversely, a leader who panics or reacts with frustration risks demoralizing their team, eroding confidence and reducing productivity. The Stoic secret lies in practicing emotional control. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The value of time management. Time management is often overlooked, but is one of the clearest indicators of a leader's discipline and respect for others. A leader who is consistently late, unprepared, or dismissive of others' time undermines their credibility and sets a poor example. In contrast, someone who honors commitments, prepares thoroughly, and ensures meetings are purposeful demonstrates accountability and respect for their team's efforts. Imagine a leader who starts meetings promptly, sticks to the agenda, and follows up on action items. Their behavior not only fosters efficiency, but also shows their team that their time is valued. When leaders respect time, they cultivate a culture of discipline and reliability, creating a ripple effect throughout the organization. Integrity and private actions. Integrity is an essential element of leadership. What a leader does when they believe no one is watching speaks volumes about their character. Employees are remarkably perceptive, taking cues from both visible and unseen behaviors. A leader who handles confidential information with care or credits team members for their ideas builds trust and loyalty. On the other hand, one who takes credit for others' work or bends ethical boundaries for personal gain destroys morale and credibility. As Seneca reminds us, a good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness. Leaders who embody integrity earn the unwavering respect of their team. The wise use of power. How a leader handles power reveals the essence of their character. Power is a tool that can either uplift or oppress, depending on how it is wielded. A leader who empowers their team by delegating meaningful tasks, celebrating achievements, and mentoring individuals creates a thriving, innovative environment. Consider a leader who consistently recognizes their team's efforts during meetings or provides growth opportunities for those under their guidance. Such actions build trust and inspire commitment. Conversely, leaders who micromanage, hoard credit, or prioritize their own advancement create a toxic atmosphere that stifles creativity and breeds resentment. The Stoic secret is clear. Power magnifies one's inner virtues or flaws. True leadership, as taught by the Stoics, is not about exercising authority, but about serving others with humility, empathy, and resilience. Leaders who apply these principles cultivate workplaces rooted in respect, integrity, and collaboration, environments where individuals are encouraged to grow and succeed. Ask yourself, how do you treat others when no one is watching? How do you react to setbacks? How do you use your influence to inspire or to discourage? By reflecting on these questions and embracing Stoic principles, you can lead with purpose and leave a lasting legacy of trust and empowerment. Leadership is not just a role. It is a responsibility to bring out the best in others while striving to be the best version of yourself. Personal relationships, the heart of a fulfilling life. Personal relationships are at the core of a meaningful life, revealing much about our values and priorities. The way we interact with family, friends, and partners showcases our character, especially in everyday moments. According to Stoic philosophy, it is the consistent small acts, more than grand gestures, that create strong bonds and enduring trust. Mutual kindness, for instance, forms the foundation of any relationship. Consider a couple where one partner regularly acknowledges the other's efforts, such as expressing gratitude for a home-cooked meal or helping with daily chores. These seemingly small actions build emotional security over time. Similarly, in friendships, being consistently thoughtful and attentive, even during mundane moments, nurtures reliability and trust. How someone treats others, whether a waiter, a cashier, or a stranger, offers insight into their capacity for respect and empathy. Would you trust someone who is rude to a server to be considerate when challenges arise in your relationship? Navigating life's challenges together, handling minor inconveniences together is another way to assess the health of a relationship. Life inevitably throws challenges our way, a delayed flight, a misplaced item, or a stressful day at work. How do those close to you react in these moments? A friend who lightens the mood with humor or a partner who remains calm during an argument demonstrates emotional stability and commitment. On the other hand, someone who lashes out or withdraws at the first sign of stress may struggle to maintain balance when larger issues arise. Picture this. You and a friend plan a road trip, but halfway through, the car breaks down. One person jokes, "Adventure starts now," while the other spirals into frustration. Which one would you trust to help weather life's ups and downs? Time management in relationships. Time management also plays a critical role in personal relationships. People who prioritize quality time, even when busy, show that they value and cherish their connections. Think of a partner who sets aside distractions to plan a meaningful date night, or a friend who consistently checks in with a heartfelt message despite their hectic schedule. These small acts of prioritization demonstrate that the relationship matters deeply. Conversely, Someone who frequently cancels plans or arrives late without regard for others' feelings may unintentionally signal neglect. Integrity and trust in relationships. Trust is built through honesty and respect, even in private actions. A friend who keeps your secrets or a partner who fulfills promises, especially when it would be easier not to, demonstrates reliability. On the contrary, gossiping about a friend or breaking a commitment undermines the trust necessary for a healthy bond. Power dynamics within relationships also reveal character. Whether in friendships or romantic partnerships, how power is managed says a lot. Someone who uses their position to manipulate or control creates an unhealthy imbalance. But a person who approaches power with humility and fairness fosters mutual respect. Reflecting on your relationships. By observing and practicing these principles, you can cultivate deeper and more meaningful connections. Ask yourself, are your relationships rooted in kindness, patience, respect for time, integrity, and fairness? Do your actions align with the values you expect from others? Strong relationships thrive on mutual respect and shared effort. They often reflect our ability to live in alignment with our ideals. The Stoic secret to building lasting connections lies in recognizing patterns in actions rather than words, and striving to embody the values we wish to see in others. What kind of relationships are you nurturing, and what do they say about the person you are becoming? Teaching children to handle power with humility and fairness ensures they grow into leaders who uplift others rather than dominate. Power can take many forms, from social influence among peers to leadership roles in school or community activities. Teaching them to use their strengths to support others, such as sharing toys, helping classmates, or including those who feel left out, nurtures empathy and fosters trust. Conversations about fairness and equality further prepare them to wield influence responsibly in adulthood. Seneca's observation: "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor," serves as a reminder that true strength lies in contentment and service, not in exerting dominance over others. By instilling these principles in the next generation, we prepare them to lead with integrity, face challenges with resilience, and contribute to their communities with wisdom and compassion. The 5 observations we've explored provide a practical, timeless framework for building character, ensuring that future generations are equipped to navigate the complexities of modern life with clarity and purpose. Modern Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner strength and ethical living, serves as both a philosophy and a guide for teaching young people to live meaningfully, leaving a legacy that reflects the best of our shared humanity. As we conclude, remember the 5 principles we've discussed: how people treat others, handle stress, value time, act in private, and manage power. These simple yet profound guidelines not only help us assess the character of those around us, but also guide us in becoming better versions of ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Take these lessons from Stoicism and apply them to your daily life, whether in your personal growth, relationships, or leadership journey. How will you use these insights to shape your actions and mindset? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation together. If you found value in today's video, like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery for more insights to help you live with purpose and resilience.